Only one word there was out of place. I never used the word gutter. I used the word dirty. Now, there's a difference between the law of God, the teachings and commandments of God coming through Moses, or the teachings coming through Jesus or through Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon them, and the actions of men shielded under their names. In the commandments of Moses to Israel, we are told to set up no God but one God. We are told that we should not steal, we should not commit murder, we should not bear false witness against our neighbor, and we should not covet what belongs to somebody else. I do not feel that Zionism acted in the spirit of the scriptures of the Torah or the Bible or the Old Testament. For in my understanding of the scriptures, Ms. Freeman, in the dispersal of the Jews, it was because of a violation of a covenant made with God. And God's request of the Jews was to return to the law of Moses that they had forsaken, repent of their breaking of that law, and God would return the Jews to that land, and whosoever would bless Israel, God would bless them, and whosoever would curse Israel, God would curse them. Zionism is a political philosophy based on those who wanted to return to the Holy Land without fulfilling the precondition and without waiting for the Messiah who would lead them there. To my understanding, there are over 600,000 Jews who do not believe that the state of Israel is the actual fulfillment of the divine promise made in the scriptures. My words are that lying and thievery and deceit and murder is not the true religion of God, but it is an unclean and dirty religion using God's name and Judaism as a shield for that kind of activity. And that is what I condemn.
Reverend Farrakhan, let me just go back to something you just said. You said there is no record of 400 years of bondage of the Jews in Egypt. There are some people today who would like us to believe that the Holocaust never happened.
Well, we know, Ms. Freeman, according to recent history, that Jews did suffer in Nazi Germany. We can't say that the Holocaust did not exist. We don't have any control of NBC and ABC and CBS and CNN to constantly tell our story. I don't mind hearing about the Holocaust because suffering is suffering. But if we could tell our story like the Jews tell their story, then your people would cry over our suffering as we have cried over yours. You lost 6 million, Ms. Freeman, and we lost 100 million in the Middle Passage coming from Africa to America, where Arabs and Jews and Europeans and Africans and Americans were involved in that slave trade. And now today something has to be done because the suffering of black people is intolerable. It is unbearable.
You already know what you want to write of me, so it don't really make any difference what I say. You already have a picture. Your editors have a picture of what they want Farrakhan to look like, especially your Jewish editors and Jewish writers. Is that not anti-Semitic?
No.
Why not?
No. Oh, Ms. Freeman. You know, Jews stood on the opposite side of blacks on the Baki decision. They have their point. The aspirations of blacks to redress the grievance of 400 years of injustice was that some sort of quota should be maintained, that blacks might get into medical school, might get in here or get in there. Jews stood firmly against this for their own reasons. No black person yet said that Jewish people were anti-black because they were critical of our position, critical of our leadership, critical of our stand. Do you mean that Jews are so sacred that they do no wrong, that I cannot say that a Jew did this wrong, or Jews did that wrong, or Jews are immoral over here without being branded as an anti-Semite?
But you are lumping them all together.
Isn't this a sort of a racist kind of posture? Because the way I understand the definition of Semitism, Ms. Freeman, is that a Semite are Jews and also Arabs. Now, if I'm accused of being pro-Arab and they're Semitic people, and anti-Jew and they're Semitic people, how then can I be anti-Semitic? I think that is a very false, malicious misuse of the term anti-Semitic. Now, let's put that statement in context.